And they're wrapping us up here, Russell. This week, the 20th anniversary of Gladiator came out on 4K DVD, and I was wondering if you had a favorite memory from Gladiator.
Man, there's a lot. My favorite memories of Gladiator really now are about when I get together with, cast members or sit with Ridley and pour him a martini and we laugh about the bullets that we dodged. I mean, we were under an extraordinary amount of pressure at the time, and, a lot of people wrote it off as a stupid idea. So it felt like we really had something to prove, deciding to do it. And, you know, Ridley sets an incredible world for actors. And, as every cast member came along and they stepped into that world, they just bought into it. So you have, Richard Harris and Oliver Reed and Derek Jacobi and David Hemmings giving incredible performances, and, Jaimin Honsu and Tomas Arana and Tommy Flanagan and Rolf Mueller, and then you've got Connie Nielsen, and then you've got Joaquin Phoenix creating the best bad guy in cinema history. So it was because everybody bought into it. Everybody knew that, there was a lot of attention on it. There was a lot of expectation of failure, but it wasn't that way at all. We, on a daily basis, everybody tried to bring something special to it, and, it's kind of a bespoke movie in such a strange way because, the one thing that Ridley had in place was a timeline of the schedule where he didn't have to make the decisions about the end of the movie until he got to the end of the movie. That was the one sort of saving grace, because if we'd had a normal film schedule and we were jumping around from time point to time point, it probably wouldn't have had the same cohesion, but because we could do something early in the film, like one example is Tommy Flanagan plays the Batman, of Maximus, the man who's there to, do the officers' clothes, keep the officers, space tidy or whatever. He was a day player. He was on 1 day or 2 days, But Ridley and I really liked Tommy, and we really liked his energy and liked what he did in that moment and how he explains to Maximus what his responsibilities are. And we were both like, kid's good, right? Yeah, good, kid's good. So it was like, then let's try and find a way to bring him back into the story, And eventually we did that, And I think Tommy ended up being in Malta for weeks and weeks and weeks, because he'd done his original bit in England. And then we finally worked out a way of how that character might come back, but that didn't shoot in Malta. But, I think we flew him in and we were still sort of like developing the idea. So I think he had a fine summer in Malta while we worked it out, but there's 1,000 stories like that in that film. It's so many things were just made up on the spot, and so many things that happened were luck. But, in film, you do make your own luck, and Ridley has a way of almost controlling the elements so they go his way.